Potholes, wretched snow removal. The John Walter Horror Shop Museum piece. All reasons to vote Dave Howling for Mayor of Edmonton.
Down at Kinsman Park, if you're on a picnic, you can cook your food in one of these. And you can walk under this bridge, but don't climb it, it's against the law. And there's also all kinds of nice trees you can see along the paths there. But if you're at the John Walters Museum, which is open in the summer, look out for the John Walters Ferry or Ferry Landing, which was owned by John Walters. There's nice rhubarb growing there. And all kinds of other stuff like birdhouses, but watch out for the ferry.
Potholes, wretched snow removal.
And here we are on the tour. Look at this. Look at that big piece of metal sticking out of the ground. We're waiting to injure somebody. Next to it, that big rusty bolt waiting to scrape somebody's knee off. This is just a travesty of museum pieces. Look at the deteriorating condition of this. You can't even tell there's really anything there. But if you look closely, you see jagged pieces of lumber, rusty nails, big bolts waiting to impale something. It's the John Walters Ferry at the John Walters Museum in the Kinsman Fieldhouse Park. Look at that. Look at that cable there. Rusty, waiting to rip somebody's feet open who's wearing sandals in the summer and trip them so their head cracks open on that big piece of old wood there. And there's a hole big enough for Sasquatch to live in. It's so big, in my opinion. In fact, I was kind of worried I might have run into one there. It looked so deep, dark, and dangerous. And over here we have a bit of the trees that have been allowed to grow on the John Walters Ferry. There's a board with nails on the end. There's pieces of jagged lumber all over the place. Jagged edges all around, waiting to rip open some innocent children's knee. There's a big cable there. It's a sad state of affairs, the John Walters Ferry. I think that's the side entrance to the Sasquatch house there. Looks pretty deep. And look at those jagged pieces of wood and the spikes and everything sticking up. I don't know why the city hasn't done anything about this. It's a horror shop of a museum piece. Look at that big, huge spike. Imagine somebody falling on that. That could possibly kill somebody. Another piece of metal by it. There's more metal, more rusty nails waiting to impale somebody. Jagged pieces of wood all over the place. At least normal trees are round and they don't have sharp pieces sticking out over. Look at that piece of metal. A rusty cable waiting to skin the leg off of somebody. There's a nice sharp fence piece sitting there. And here's an overview of the place. And there's the river. That's probably the riverbank over there somewhere. There's a bridge right next to the site. There's pedestrian bike trails around here.